As a woman in leadership, how can you create a team culture that is not just supportive but truly empowering? What does it take to lead a team where diversity is celebrated, empathy is a driving force, and psychological safety fosters innovation? Today, we explore practical strategies and real-world examples to help you build a culture where every team member can thrive, while positioning you as a leader who stands for both people and performance. Welcome to our conversation on building a supportive team culture as a woman leader. We'll delve into the power of empathy, mentorship, diversity, and inclusion, while addressing common leadership challenges women face. By the end of this video, you'll be armed with the tools and insights to drive meaningful change in your workplace. Let's begin. Let's start with one of the most vital leadership qualities: active listening and empathy. Research shows that companies with leaders who display empathy outperform those without by 20%. When you listen to your team, truly listen, you foster a culture of trust and mutual respect. Empathy allows you to connect with your employees on a deeper level, helping you to understand their challenges, motivations, and perspectives. This isn't just a soft skill. It's a leadership superpower that can increase employee engagement, retention, and overall performance. Consider Satya Nadella at Microsoft. His empathetic leadership style transformed Microsoft's internal culture from one of competition to collaboration, contributing to a dramatic rise in both innovation and stock performance. Ask yourself, how often are you truly listening to your team's concerns and ideas? And how can you integrate empathy into your daily leadership style to create a more supportive environment? Mentorship is critical to creating a culture of learning and mutual support. It's not just about guiding individuals, it's about helping them build the confidence to lead themselves and others. As a female leader, mentoring your team members can break down barriers and create a more inclusive and growth-oriented environment. Take the example of General Electric, which introduced leadership programs aimed at supporting women in developing their leadership skills. These programs focus not just on mentorship but also on sponsorship, actively advocating for high-potential female leaders in front of decision-makers. Mentorship and sponsorship go hand in hand. When you mentor someone, you offer them knowledge and guidance. But when you sponsor them, you put their name forward for new opportunities, promotions, and leadership roles. Both are vital in developing future leaders and maintaining a dynamic team culture. Think about it. How are you actively sponsoring or mentoring the next generation of leaders in your organization? What structures can you implement to formalize this support? Now let's talk about diversity and inclusion. McKinsey's research shows that companies with higher gender diversity on their executive teams are 25% more likely to experience above-average profitability. Why? Because diverse teams bring a wealth of perspectives that fuel innovation and drive better decision-making. One excellent example is Unilever. They tie their diversity and inclusion targets directly to executive bonuses, holding leadership accountable for creating more equitable work environments. This approach demonstrates that diversity isn't just an HR goal, it's a strategic imperative. But diversity must be coupled with inclusion. It's not enough to have different voices at the table. You must ensure that every voice is heard and valued. Inclusion drives engagement, and engaged employees contribute more effectively to the team. So how can you ensure your team feels not just represented, but genuinely included? And how can your leadership set the tone for making diversity a strategic priority in your organization? Creating psychological safety is crucial for fostering an environment where employees feel safe to express themselves, take risks, and offer innovative ideas. Google's Project Aristotle found that psychological safety was the most important factor in high-performing teams. In environments where employees don't feel safe, they tend to hold back, avoiding risks or sharing new ideas. But when they feel secure, they are far more likely to engage, innovate, and contribute meaningfully. As leaders, it's our responsibility to ensure our teams know that their thoughts, ideas, and even mistakes are valued learning opportunities, not grounds for criticism. An example of this can be seen in Pixar's creative process, where team members are encouraged to share bold ideas without the fear of failure. This has resulted in a series of groundbreaking, award-winning films. Do you foster psychological safety in your team? How can you make it clearer to your employees that their contributions, even their missteps, are essential to success? Empathy isn't just about listening, it's about action. Women leaders, in particular, have a unique opportunity to lead with empathy, while also role modeling the kind of inclusive and equitable workplace we want to build. Role models like Jacinda Ardern, former Prime Minister of New Zealand, exemplify empathetic leadership. During crises, she led with both compassion and decisiveness, making her widely respected and trusted, both within her country and internationally. As women in leadership, we not only lead teams but also inspire the next generation of leaders by showing that empathetic leadership can be powerful, decisive, and transformative. This is how we create environments where empathy and inclusion become the norm, not the exception. Are you a role model for empathy in your organization? How are you showing your team that empathy and leadership can coexist without compromising performance? Leadership is never without its challenges, especially for women. From overcoming biases to establishing credibility in traditionally male-dominated fields, the hurdles are real. One of the most common challenges women face is navigating the perception gap. Assertiveness in women leaders is sometimes viewed differently than when men display it. Addressing this requires a combination of executive coaching and strategic mentorship. For example, Harvard Business School offers leadership programs specifically tailored to women executives, helping them develop strategies to navigate these perception gaps while maintaining authenticity. Another challenge women leaders face is the balancing act between inclusion and performance. Some might fear that focusing on empathy or diversity could detract from business results. In fact, organizations like Microsoft and Unilever have shown that inclusive policies can drive performance and profitability, proving that they are not mutually exclusive. What are the leadership challenges you face, and how can you use transparency and strategic mentorship to overcome them? Building a supportive team culture requires empathy, inclusivity, and a commitment to psychological safety. As a woman leader, you are uniquely positioned to create environments where every voice is valued, every contribution matters, and everyone can bring their full selves to work. By leading with empathy, promoting mentorship, fostering diversity, and ensuring psychological safety, you can elevate your team's performance, creativity, and engagement. Leadership is about empowering others, and when you empower your team, you create a culture that not only drives results, but inspires the next generation of leaders. Now I leave you with this. How will you take the next step in building a more supportive team culture? Share your thoughts, experiences, and ideas in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going and continue to inspire change in our workplaces. Thank you for watching, and remember, leadership isn't just about what you accomplish, it's about how you inspire others to achieve greatness.